Aloha Ohana, welcome back to day 26 of the 31-day mini series, 15-minute short, sweet yoga practices. Today we're going to focus on back bending after you use the previous video was balancing, which requires lots of core work in order to balance and the ability to focus your mind on one thing. And after you use your core, you want to stretch it out and release it, which brings us to back bends. We're going to do a 15-minute back bend practice on the floor, on the belly. So come down onto your mat. You can grab a block, just one block here. Come down onto your mat, laying belly down. Look at my feet. You want to make sure your toes are relaxed on the ground here. And just pick up one leg, push it way back like someone's pulling on it, set it down, lift up the other leg, pull, push it back as if someone's pulling on it and lay it back down. Place your elbows directly underneath your shoulders or a little bit forward. We come into Sphinx pose here. This is a nice gentle back bend. Push your pubic bone down into the ground here and actively push down into your forearms and watch. You're just going to kind of like pull your chest forward. It's a very subtle movement, but it feels really good. There's so much in yoga that doesn't look like you're doing a lot, but there's so much going on and you feel so much going on inside of your body. Here we're creating traction, a pulling action to lengthen your chest forward, which stretches out your belly. You should feel this nice stretch from your pubic bone all the way up through your chest. Option here is to look forward, lean your head back, or drop your chin to your throat. Let's breathe 6 breaths here together. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathing in, breathing out. Use your ujjayi breath. Breathe in, feel your belly pull away from the ground. As you exhale, contract your navel to your spine. Inhale, expand your rib cage, side to side, front to back. Exhale, squeeze your navel into your spine. Draw your tailbone down towards your heels. Inhale, lift up through the chest. And exhale, squeeze your navel to your spine, strong belly. Beautiful. From here, we're going to open up the shoulders. So you're going to reach your right arm just back behind you like an airplane wing, palm facing down. And the left arm reaches back. And we're just going to hover above the ground here. Squeeze your shoulder blades together and just see if you can push down into the bottom of your feet and lift. Use your back muscles here to lift your chest up and point it forward. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. This will push your heart forward. It's like a wall, lifting your heart, pushing it forward, opening up your chest, giving you more space to breathe. Let's bring the hands down. One more breath in, push into your fingertips, and exhale, rest your right cheek onto your mat. We're going to keep your thighs on the ground, just bend your knees, your heels will come in towards your glutes, and we're just going to windshield wiper your legs back and forth here. Inhale one side, exhale to the other to release your lower back. And let's relax the feet back down. Get them nice and anchored back into your mat. Push into all of your toes, the toenails. Place your hands now next to your chest. So you want to look at my elbows here for a moment. Your hands should not be up here, and you don't want them too far back. But right about here, so your fingertips are about right in line with the nipple line. You're going to fan out through your fingers, nice and wide, and just a slow little lift coming into baby cobra. Inhale, and then on the exhale, release down. On this next inhale, you can come up a little bit higher. Exhale, push back down. Remember, push into the top of your feet. Inhale, lift. So keep the legs anchored. Exhale, come back down. 2 more times. Inhale, and you can push down and forward into your hands, or you can even pull back. Exhale, push down. 1 more time. Inhale, maybe lift your belly button up this time. Actively drag your chest forward as you pull your hands back to get a deeper back bend. Exhale, slowly release. Rest your left cheek onto your mat now and relax your hands down. Allow your belly to breathe into the earth, into the ground as a massage to the digestive system. Back bends are really powerful in your body, especially obviously in the chest area. Very energizing, giving you more energy. Let's take the hands now next to your chest, and we're just going to slowly push up and onto the hands and knees into table pose. We'll walk your knees forward, curl your toes under, and just take a minute to kind of just sit back onto your heels. You can walk your hands forward and actively push back more into your toes, stretching out the bottom of your feet. If you would like to make this more active, just walk your hands in towards yourself as you sit onto your heels. If your knees or your feet hurt, then you can always come back forward at any time. We'll go ahead and relax and just pitter-patter the feet onto the ground. So you can sit on your heels here or come stand onto your knees. We're going to reach the hands back. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Keep your elbows bent as you pull your hands away from your lower back. And now watch my shoulders here. I'm going to rotate my elbow crease out. Okay, so what this does is going to open your shoulders for a deeper back bend. So I'm going to rotate the elbow creases out, opening up through the shoulders as I just showed to you. And now we use the hands to pull and open more. Draw your low belly in here, lift up through your chest, push your hands back towards your heels. Begin to gaze up without cranking your neck. Breathe deeply, slowly release your hands, and come sit down. Next, you'll grab a block, and you're going to lift your hips back up, and we're going to place the block just right in between your calves or right back inside of your ankle bones. Everybody has a different body. That's the beauty of yoga, right? Is finding what works for you, what works for your body. So this placement of the block, for you it might be better in between your ankle bones, or maybe it's in between your calves, just depending on your flexibility, your body today. Today it might be back behind the heels, tomorrow it might be back up in between your calves. Let's bring the hands back again. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Keep your elbows bent until we get that deep opening. Here we come into Ustrasana, a modified Ustrasana for beginners. You want to keep your hips forward, and we're going to begin to just push and lean the hands down into the block. Push up through your chest. Squeeze your glutes here. Push into your knuckles down into the block. And as you do this, your chest should lift, shoulders rotate back. You can gaze forward up to the ceiling, or if it feels okay, you can drop your head back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, you can come sit down onto this block. Just take a moment here, palms face up. Close your eyes and just breathe. Notice how your body feels, what came up for you. It's It's completely normal to shorten your breath and feel a sense of anxiety or panic in these poses. I promise you that's what they were made for, actually, is to help you get rid of that. So just remember the breath, ujjayi breath, taking big, deep breaths into the body to help calm and nurture your nervous system and all of your fear energy. Let's lift back up. You can curl your toes under. So see here with the toes curled under and the heels lifted, the block is, and my heels are just about the same level. It should be the same for you. You can keep your block there, or you can also take your block in between your inner thighs. Nice and skinny ways, so not thick, but just skinny, allowing you to feel what it feels like to hug in so your knees and legs don't splay out. Squeeze in, push your hips forward, keep your hips right over your knees. From here, if you want to start off, squeeze your shoulder blades together, pull your hands back, squeeze into your block. Remember, lift up through your chest, begin to go back, and release the hands onto your heels. Push your hips forward, push up through your chest, breathe deeply. Inhale, lifts you. Exhale, release and grounds you. Really nice. One of my favorite poses to do after a back bend is child's pose. You can do this with a block underneath your forehead. I like to take child's pose with the knees together, stretching out the low back all the way up through the mid back, the upper back. This also massages out your belly as you breathe against your thighs, getting rid of any blockages in the belly, excess gas or bloating. This is just a really nice counter pose. You can reach the arms forward or take your hands back towards your feet. And once your back begins to relax, you can lower the block down a notch, and eventually, you don't need a block. You can rest your head all the way down. Take this moment to just thank your body for that experience of opening up your heart, the front and the back of the heart, experiencing all the emotions, all the feelings. From here, we'll slowly lift the head. Let's come sit back onto the mat, legs crossed here, an easy pose. I may have said this already in my previous videos, but in order to heal, we have to feel. Stuffing things down inside of us is no longer sustainable, right? And yoga helps as a channel in your life to help you release, let go of old pent-up emotions and feelings in the body that's been held captive in your muscles, your tissues, your organs for a long time. And right here, you get to do the work in yoga, right here on the mat in a nice, safe space, so that the next time you're out in the real world and you experience something that gives you anxiety or you're afraid of, you can come to this place. You can come back to this breath, maybe even visualize yourself in this practice that we just did together, coming back to the breath and allowing this practice to give you courage in that moment, the next moment you feel afraid. Or the next moment you feel closed off and you need to open up your heart to receive and to give. We'll draw the hands to the heart space. Here we acknowledge and honor the spirit and the essence of aloha, that all is part of me and you are part of all. Thank you so much for joining me here for the short, sweet backbending practice. Next, we'll take some hip openers, seated hip openers, followed by some seated forward folds, some really deep side stretching, twisting, all in the videos to come. If you like my channel, please subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and comment. If you have any requests, anything you would like for me to teach, I would love to know. You can also follow me on Facebook, Come Together Wellness, Instagram. Thank you so much. We'll bring the hands all the way up to the forehead and bow forward. We end every yoga practice just bowing inwards, giving thanks to our body, giving thanks to this practice. The light within me honors and acknowledges the light within you. Namaste. Mahalo. Thank you. See you in the next video.